This message is for Good Indian, who now goes by Indian Prime. I saw your live earlier today and initially planned to ignore it, especially considering what others had said earlier. At first, I was willing to overlook the anti-blackness, chalking it up to a tit-for-tat situation. However, when I saw you comment, "If you see toxic TikTok, block them," that changed things. I've decided to be a little petty and post the live so everyone can see it for themselves.
It's not racist. That's not
Okay,
racist.
so why did you tell the white people they should have gone home?
Yes,
And do you know why they didn't go
because
home?
we can sustain ourselves. We don't need people here.
Do you know they
doing
were
things
brought
for
here
us.
forcefully?
He right, Grandma.
Yes, you guys were brought here forcefully.
Okay, so how do you want them to go home?
When they were freed
Uh-huh.
from Abraham Lincoln, they had that opportunity to go back to where they come from.
So
But
they-
Oh, and to Cherokee Forever, you are a white man, you are not indigenous to the Americas. I understand that some white individuals become delusional after inserting themselves into spaces where they don't truly belong, but let's be clear, if you're suggesting that black people go back to Africa, then by that same logic, you're headed back to Europe, sir. Don't get it twisted.
this person monitoring or gatekeeping the live, muting people, then our true stories don't come out. It gives them that power over us when they have like an ally that's half.
Sometimes the allies aren't even half. Sometimes it's our own. It's the way it is.
Yeah, that's the thing too, right? Because they're promoting their blackness over their Native American just by saying they are indigenous to our land.
Thing is they get people on there from Africa that tell them their story, and they still don't believe them.
So what do you guys think?
I found some Africans. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what do you guys think about? I've seen some. I guess the best way to describe them, Latin American people on these lives, and they go after all these. They go after the wobbles and pretendians, but they, in the crossfire, they actually go after people who are their allies too, just because they're black. What do you guys think about that?
Oh yeah, I got yelled at the other day by a Chicano on a live, and you guys probably heard of him. That Fidel something, I don't know what his name is. He's on here all the time, but he was saying some real anti-black type stuff on a live. I mean, real racist. And I said, I'm gonna jump off this live because I don't want to be associated or affiliated with anything that's anti-black or hateful. And when I said that, he jumped all over me. He said, "Who are you? And what nationality are you?" And what he kind of made it seem like if I was sticking up for them, and I'm not. I really am not. What it is that I have African American friends and relatives, and I don't want to project that kind of ugliness like them, to be honest with you. I don't agree with them at all. And I'm down to fight the cause and to go up against them and correct them, but I don't want to be ignorant or a racist like them.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I think I seen you on that live when that happened. I just moved on.
Yeah. That's the best, I guess, is to not even say anything and just to move on.
Yeah, I mean, when they talk politics and policies, that's one thing. When they talk, against people who are their allies, but they happen to be of, black or African Americans, it's just not what I'm down with.
I grew up in ceremonies, and when I grew up in ceremonies, we always pray to the four directions. And when you pray to the four directions, that doesn't exclude people in those colors, That's how I believe anyways, to each their own. But
Yeah, I understand.
at the same time, I'm glad I got indigenous brown grandbabies. I will say that. I'm proud of that.
Y'all can't even beat us in sports. Nah, y'all said we don't belong here. Name one city y'all built.
Well, where I'm from, we have the Mesa Verde that was built by the Anasazi people down there in Mexico. They have Tenochtitlan that was built. They have in Peru those big, those big dwellings down there in Peru, all over in Ohio, all over Turtle Island. This whole place is
And
built by
almost all of New
indigenous
York.
people. If you don't know, now you know.
Haudenosaunee people built those skyscrapers. They went up there with no safety stuff on, and they walked
Yeah,
across lines. So I
the
don't know what you're
Mohawks
talking
That is
about.
built
true.
the Mohawks built Manhattan, New York. You know,
That is true. They say that Native Americans make up the largest iron workers
hmm
out of all minorities. That Native
This is
Americans
mine.
make up the iron workers because Native Americans go up to the highest buildings and they're able to walk those ironworking planks, build those skyscrapers.
the
That's a
the
thought.
Arizonian the Indians and the Mexicans they built Vegas, they built California. You know, no, these Africans are clueless.
You guys forget one important part too. In the United States, Native Americans fought in every single war, and then in World War II, the code talkers.
We are trying to be a weirdo.
Yeah, and the code talkers, helped the United States win that war against Japan.
Again, what African tribe are we, and what phenotype do we share?
I'm not
Y'all
African.
just naming a continent. Y'all just naming a continent. There's different races in Africa.
Maybe you're
Congo.
from the Congo. Maybe you're from
Y'all
Nigeria.
do realize that Nigeria didn't even exist even in the early 1800s. You know that was a prison colony, right?
None of them existed. You guys have your own names for them. That's
What?
just a
Okay.
colonizer map
Okay.
that
So
everybody follows.
if I called you Mongolian, because they said in McGraw Hill textbooks that you came over the Bering Strait from Siberia and Mongolia, would you believe it? We don't agree with your colorism. That's what it's saying. You're saying we don't belong here. I could trace my family
If I
back
called
all the
you
way back
a
to 1700s
if
here.
I called you a Gasketeu Kisteuias Wintagay, would you know what I mean?
We both speak in English to each other.
No, I'm talking to you because that's Cree. That's not Mongolian.
Once again, in the school books we read, they said you guys came over the Bering Strait from Asia.
And where did you come
And
from?
they said you came up boats.
In the same book,
Ships?
they
400 years
said I
ago,
was
the
from. They
ships.
said, yeah. So you
What's
think
the
that?
difference?
So let me ask you a
What's the
question.
difference between 10,000 years and 400 years?
I can trace my family before 400 years here, and
You
nobody was in
can't.
chains. And I have family that still own land here. We
No,
didn't
you
have to
don't.
go to the government because
That's
we fought
false.
them. And we
You
fought them in the
don't.
Stono and Gullah Wars, and we won those because the
You
Spaniards
could.
didn't
Y'all
beat
have not been
your
here for
people.
400 years,
You
so I
could.
know
You
that's
could
a
Let
say
lie.
alone
that.
300
Okay,
years.
You
let me
could
ask
say
you a
That's
that,
a
but
question.
lie. You have not been here. Your people haven't been here for
you could say
400
that,
years.
but
Y'all
we
have to
But
all
you
change
can't
know
that.
tell
it's
me.
not
But you
true.
can't tell me what African country or peep tribe I'm from, right? That's like
We
saying
don't
you
have to
guys.
tell you. We're just
You,
I
telling
know
you
when the
you're not
colonizers
us.
arrived, and I know the colonizers brought you here, so I know you ain't been here no
some of
400
y'all,
years.
some of you guys are mixed with them 100%. Probably 85% of you guys are European. You're the same
The
complexion.
colonizers brought you over here, so you
False.
How?
couldn't have been here for 400 years. They haven't
So,
even been
so
here
let
for
me ask you a
400
question.
years.
So how did they bring a half a continent over here when the first cargo ships were created in 1850? My grandmother was born in 1927, and she told me about her grandmother from North
Let
Carolina.
me
My
answer this real quick.
grandmother's still here. She outlived the New York
So you
cyclone.
believe
I don't
that
believe we stacked on top of each other like two by fours. We're not that
shut up,
resilient.
man. Shut up. Let me answer your question. Let me answer your first question. Get off your mama's. You shut up, you hoe. Get off your mama's couch and go get a job. Go on, get
I got my butt.
Where are you at? You
a
on
train
welfare too?
operator. That's a goddamn lie. Welfare.
Camps.
You're on
Migrants need
welfare,
camps.
but
He said you're a
we don't
welfare
need
butt.
camps.
No cities. These
I don't give a damn
Fuck
about
those
the cities.
vacancies deadly.
Cities are ugly. They're not natural. Cities aren't even natural. That's not what's supposed to be here. It's toxic. Just
There's
like
no
you and your nose.
there's no cities here.
You're just like you and your fucking nose.
Hey, hey, these African people here, this guy that's up here. If the town hall shuts your water off and shuts your power off, what are you gonna do? You guys
Go
are
to the
gonna
res.
riot. You guys are gonna steal. You guys
Me,
are
I'm
gonna
gonna go to
break
the
into
res and I'm gonna
everything
drink
because you
spring
guys don't
water
know
if
how
that
to live.
happens.
Yeah, fucking spring water right off the
I'm going to
mountain.
the res if that happens. I'm
Migrants
heading
in
to the
camps.
back roads to the res and I'm drinking spring water if that
You need
happens.
I'm
commodities because you
talking
never
to
drink
these.
enough.
I'm talking to these African people that are claiming to be
So why
Native
do
American.
Africans try to be us then?
Ganda glitches.
If we're African.
Yeah. So
Why do Africans try to be us?
You.
We're African.
you,
You.
what
Why do
else?
they copy us? Why do y'all bump our music? Why don't you bump Afro beats when y'all do y'all
I don't
cosplay
listen to your music.
to the Kendrick?
Hold
Y'all
on.
dance to Kendrick.
Just wait.
They not like
We
us.
don't.
Pop
We
out
don't
an
listen to that ghetto
pop out an
crap.
eagle cry right now.
You guys speak like us, walk like us, dress like us, and we're cosplaying who?
We don't speak like
How
you.
many
We don't.
inventions
We
do
don't
white people
say
have?
y'all,
Why do black people
nah,
always think we want to
and
be them? I don't
sinna.
Because you
understand.
dress like us and listen to our music.
We don't give
Yeah,
a fuck about you or your people.
I don't listen to your
people
music.
retarded.
Your
I
regalia
listen
and
to
shit.
I listen
Mexican
to
music. I
powwow
don't listen to
music.
your music.
What does
Y'all know more about hip hop than I do.
what
You know more
does
about hip
the
hop and
native
blues,
what
and
does
y'all
the
listen to
Black
street music.
History Month, Valentine's Day, and the slave plantations have in common?
Your ancestors created them from
You
Europe.
guys know what it has in common?
No.
That's
Your
what.
European
That's why.
ancestors
That's
on the
why
Yellow
Black
Bell and
History
all.
Month is February. February is the month of love, and the month of love
I don't
is
know.
the
I don't
time
follow
of
St.
the
Valentine.
incest breeding in plantations for slaves. That's when the
People
Hold on,
black
realize
everybody.
there
people.
were more
That's when the
Europeans.
black people
So
were
You see
allowed
that
to
there were
why
more
would I
dance and
Europeans
listen
out
to
and
this
slaves.
party.
shit? This is what you guys be singing right here. Why would I listen to this?
That's what they're afraid of.
Put that in your closet.
They're
What you
afraid of
dress
us
like.
knowing that their great grandparents
Let
were
me
I
ask
don't
you
want
a
to
kings.
question
listen
about
to this
Oklahoma.
shit. Why do you
Their
guys? Why is
Let
this
me
your
mothers.
ask you
music
a
right
question
here?
about Oklahoma. How did you guys get
Me
outdone
too. I
by
really
some
want to be a
Africans that got
racer.
out of
I'm not
jail
going to be
Your
a
in
racer.
daddy's
Tulsa,
your
Oklahoma?
uncle.
Y'all built no cities. You guys
Their
built no
great
cities.
grandparents
No
were
cities.
brothers, sisters, and siblings, and it was all
You gotta
incest. That's
feed
why they're afraid of the
incest. You gotta
truth.
sleep with your cousins on the
Right, look
reservation.
what she's
Why would you have
saying.
to do that?
Why would I want to
You
listen
gotta
to
sleep with
this?
your
This is
cousins.
your music right here. You listen to
Hey,
this.
oh.
You listen to
I
this,
know what a
bro.
Latin language is. I know what a
And here,
Guys, I have a question. Why
no flavor, no
African
rhythm.
Americans say that we African we work like
What is an
you, we
African
dress like
American?
you?
That came out 88. What is an African American? How you a continent American? That's stupid. It's a whole
Hello?
continent with different races and
Aren't
tribes of
you
people.
African
That's like
Americans?
saying American American. What are you
Hello?
talking
I
about?
know that's a,
An African American.
if you ain't
Jesse
African,
Jackson
then
was the
why do you
name
look
of the
just like
dude
an
that turned that
African?
point. An
Can
African
I
American.
jump in real quick? I just have a few things to say real quick.
Well, here we
Yeah,
go.
I
Here we go.
so I get that we have a disagree, but I don't think either side to be racist against another. Like, I don't think you should be,
Who's
making
being
fun.
racist?
They said
Well,
that
well, hold on. Allow me to finish,
between
please.
us and
I'm
we don't
saying
belong.
both
They're
of you
colored.
were being. Please allow me to finish. I'm saying both of you were being racist. I mean, known you were making fun of them for being Native American. Chief, you over here, Chief Buys, you're over here making fun of incest and slavery. You guys are laughing about it, saying welfare. I mean, like, come on now, what's wrong with you guys?
And we have the lowest rate of public assistance. It's actually Europeans that have more, and those
Like,
people
hold
that
on,
have
You
hold
the
on.
guys have the
highest.
highest rate of skin
Listen.
cancer.
I get that we can disagree on things, but let's have a conversation, not be racist towards another.
keep it civilized.
Let's be adults here. I mean, Goo, you were just laughing as
Yeah,
well,
I
saying that
agree with
too. So
that.
let's just be adults now.
I
We're
I
agree
was
adults,
with
I was
right?
that.
I was laughing on both sides.
No, I was here the whole time, but let's just be
I don't
adults,
think it's
guys.
cool to
Come
be
on.
racist at any time, though, even in joking. It's not cool.
I mean, but both sides were being racist, but we can move on so let's
I
have a good
agree.
conversation.
I wasn't being racist.
I mean, but you were just laughing about the slavery and the incest. I was here the whole time.
No, it's okay because
No, I was laughing at
No,
Buddy's Mongolian joke.
no, dude, I was here the whole time. You literally said, "Do you want to know why they gave you February, and you made fun of the fact that slavery had incest in it. Come on, dude, don't gaslight me.
Did he
That
make
was
fun or did he just
that
bring
was
awareness
you
to
guys.
it?
both of you.
'Cause there's
Both
a
of
big
you guys
difference,
said,
buddy.
listen. Both of you guys said terrible things. So let's move on and let's.
I agree.
But why you coming at us though? Why don't you
I
go at
said,
him though?
Still,
wait.
as
So
low as
I'm.
racism, then that just
So
shows
you
who
can't.
someone's
No,
colors
listen.
are.
When
Like, you're either
somebody says
racist or you're
something
not.
racist to me, I'm gonna say something racist back. Why aren't you calling out your friend?
Bro, I just said
That's
you both
something
were
to me
saying
that's
racist.
racist. I'm not going to be a
I
racist.
both.
That doesn't make sense.
He was the first person I checked. I
Fucking
don't
dude.
understand. He was the first person I checked. I checked my own brother first before I checked y'all.
You know, GCT, what I'm saying
So
is
I don't
that
understand.
even
I
if
just said
somebody
let's
is
move on.
racist,
I said
don't be
no more
racist back,
racism. Let's move
period.
on.
You can't want people that my complexion.
Guys, I'm African. I have a question for you.
What's that?
That's crazy work, man.
Okay, my question is why you guys always fighting African? There are thousands of lives
What
of
do you mean by you guys?
Black Americans attacking Africans. Why? What's going on?
Because you come here and disrespect us all the time, and we gave the olive
What?
branch to you guys. It went forth for you guys to be here. And we,
Yeah, I want to find out what's going on with the Black Americans attacking Africans. What's going on?
No one's attacking. No Black American is talking about.
Yeah, there are thousands of lives.
We're talking about Native Americans and Africans. Why are you talking about African Americans and Africans? This is completely unrelated. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm talking about you guys because you pass more time on TikTok just talking against Africans. Why?
This live is about Native Americans and African Americans. Why are you talking about African Americans and Africans?
No, just a question. I have a question. Just answer for me. What's going on? Why are you fighting us?
I'm African American. I don't really know much about Africa, and I don't really care, to be honest. So I usually only talk about what affects me in real life and proximity. I'm from Florida, so honestly, I don't really think about you guys, if we're being honest. So I don't know why you're perpetuating a narrative.
Shout out Jacksonville.
Okay.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
904. Hold on. You're from Jacksonville, 904?
No, I have family there. I go up all the time though.
Okay. That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. All right.
Natives are everywhere, man.
So what's your tribe?
I'm Mi'kmaqui on the East
Okay,
Coast.
guys. So I'm leaving you. I'm sorry. Maybe I came on the wrong route.
I read about you guys that speak Mi'kmaq.
Yeah.
In a fugitive,
we're very close. We're very close to New York. We've been in Nova Scotia for over 11,000 years.
Okay, I'm out.
All right, goodbye.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I said let's be
Jesse.
peaceful, people started dropping, and that's crazy.
In this life,
Was I
CT,
kicked?
we don't be peaceful here. You know, like I go at these people hard because they want to erase my people.
Wait,
If you don't like it, then
what you're
I
not
don't know what to tell
understanding.
you.
No,
That's
what
just
you're
how I
not
am.
understanding. I said
That's just how I am.
No. I'm saying, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, this is your life. Do what you want. I'm saying that if you want a fruitful dialogue, give the ability for people to actually have a discourse rather than throwing racism because it's not fruitful. That's all I'm saying. If you want to learn from each other, do that. But just don't throw racism on each other.
No, you hear that?
African is biased and racist. Everybody's not dark and looks like Native African. You can go to the Pacific and see people in Polynesia and Melanesia that look just like me that are not even African. So when you say you're a continent American and you're just pick an African, that's racist. That's like me saying you're a Native. There's a bunch of Native American tribes, 238 plus, and saying, well, y'all all the same. Y'all all from Asia.
Oh, so you wanna feel relevant? Is that what you're saying?
How I feel relevant? I know who my bloodline is. I know where my family's from. Fort
You're African American, claiming African American, but you're African.
Jesse James bouncing.
You know, wait. Hold on. First of all, we're African American. What do you mean we're just African?
Yeah, African American, hence that your ancestors are from Africa.
We're
You were
African
part of
American.
slave
We're Black
trade.
American. We're Black American. I don't.
You're stupid as shit. Study more.
Stupid as shit. I'm stupid as shit. You don't even show your face.
Quit trying to include us in your fucking history. We don't fucking care about you.
You don't even show your face.
You guys don't care about us. What about
You don't
Emily
show your
White? Where
face.
was you guys standing with us about that, huh?
Europeans saying that we don't belong here.
And y'all crying now when y'all people are going through some shit and you guys can't even support us? Fuck
We
y'all.
always been
Trying to
fighting
live
on
off a
ourselves. You
fucking
ain't doing
name. Go
nothing. You live
fuck
in a camp,
yourselves,
bro.
you fucking
You live in a camp
wobbos.
like a migrant, bro.
Get your fucking self
Migrant.
straight, bruh.
Mr.
migrants.
Maglasu.
I don't give a fuck. Anj Indian Nedo.
Can't feed
Which
yourself.
Indi should lie
This
is
Wobble's a hoe. Put a one in the chat.
Nedo Wabo.
This guy's a hoe.
Which
Put a one in the
Indi
chat.
Ans get.
They don't know that's a people in Melanesia, goofy. Calling people wobbles. Okay, I'm a Melanesian. Okay, they said the first migrant people that came.
You're a Wobble. You're one of the Aboriginal.
God bless you.
You're a Wobble, all right? You got no money. You got no land. You got no culture. You got no
What are you
nothing.
talking about? You have more spending power than you got.
How much land do you guys own?
0.
How much
You
land do
gotta
you
go to
guys own?
government for everything. You gotta
They
go to
don't
government for
own
everything.
land.
Y'all
How
drink
much land do you guys own? How much? Yo, we drink. Yo, drink. You take it up the nose and the arm, man.
That's why you can't beat us. You can't beat us in fighting nothing.
Bro, we beat you in the fight. So what? You know what? You don't know my people.
To me, I just said let's have.
I can talk crazy on my relatives panel. These are
I'm
my
not.
relatives.
Listen.
These are my
Listen.
relatives. These are my
Listen.
relatives. What about you?
Why is he crashing out? Look at him. Look at him. You acting like an animal. Go ahead.
Uncle.
He's a moderator, so you can. Yeah.
I mean, but what I'm saying is, if you want a fruitful discussion, like I just said before, let's be adults and learn from each other instead of screaming words at each other. And rah, 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 rah. I really don't understand this. Let's learn from each other. We're adults, right? I'm 25. How old are you guys? I'm assuming you're older, right? So let's act like we have some demure.
Age ain't got nothing to do with knowledge, sir. It
See,
doesn't
there we
matter
go.
what age you are until you actually have some wise decisions. Some people speak louder, some people raise their voice, and if you're sensitive to the whole thing, I don't think this type of thing is for you, bro.
There you go.
Debate
See,
is
that's
not for you.
okay. So wisdom definitely comes from age because age
Yes,
comes
what
from.
you're trying to do is
So
you're
let
trying
me
to
allow me to
mislead
finish.
people, man. No, I'm not going to allow you to do that.
It's
You're
like I'm
trying to
speaking
speak
to
on
a
Indian
pigeon here.
problems that is none of your issues. You're worried about Native American issues. That's none
I'm
of
not
your
talking
problem.
to you. I'm talking to the host. Who hurt you? You sound
Who
hurt.
hurt
Unc's trying to show us that he's a blood.
Who's speaking?
Who hurt you? A hurt dog will holler, and you sound really hurt, bro.
That's all y'all say, bro. You guys say, who hurt you? Y'all Siberians. Y'all
So this
Mongolians. You
isn't.
know, you guys squirm out of anything just to sound superior. You know that?
Yeah, this live ain't therapy. You know, we don't do that here.
He said, y'all
Do this
eat
a little.
English fried bread, no swag, nothing.
English fried bread.
You guys eat fufu with your feet.
5 years. She's going there.
Hey, Volker.
Cut that shit off. No one wants to see that.
Hey, your brother?
Time, what you up to,
We've
brother?
been fighting, won all our wars, got our freedom.
That's Apache the rapper. That was my big brother. Y'all ever heard of him?
That's your big
James,
brother.
have you heard of Rick James? Hey.
Rick James, bitch.
Just black people.
Yeah, I heard of Rick James, brother.
Mike down.
Have you ever heard of Apache the rapper?
Did you know? Hey, Jesse James. Did you know Jesse James is a? Hold on.
Have you heard of Lightfoot?
Nah, no, you's a funny guy.
Man, some of these fucking idiots, some of these guys are real idiots, man.
Hold on, Chief. Hey, hold on, Chief. Hey, Jesse James. Did you know that? Jesse James was a Southern sympathizer for the South and slavery.
Oh, Confederate? The
I'm
Confederacy?
talking about
You
Jesse
talking about
James.
Confederacy?
Talking about
You
Jesse
talking about the
James.
Confederacy?
I'm talking about Jesse James, outlaw.
Yeah, you talking about the Confederacy?
Yeah, well, your name is Jesse James, and he was an outlaw who sympathized with the South and slavery.
The Confederacy, right?
Correct.
Okay.
I'm just saying that's your name. You're with a Southern sympathizer for slavery. That's your name.
Jesse
James.
Hold on. Okay.
I'm just saying that's who he was, and that's what I don't know if that's your real name or that's just your stage name here.
You put migrants in camps and reduction schools.
Wow.
So no way.
Re-education schools. I'm
Where
dead.
you hope, bro? When you guys gonna get some land?
That's how I know you
get
don't
some
go to
land and There's some culture. When you guys gonna do that?
Y'all drink and sleep with your cousins all day.
So do you guys.
You guys sleep with your sisters and shit, and that was on the news. That's a fact. There was an article about that.
Now there is an
Like what?
After slavery, a lot of the families lost in touch with each other. And then now when people sleep with each other around Louisiana, people don't even know that they're hooking up with their cousins. It's scattered. You guys are doing the same things.
It's tiring and childish listening to these little views that they throw out.
A Gunda glitch.
Midnight.
Don't you guys think it's
no?
Don't you think it's crazy as fuck how
if you knew
these
history,
guys?
like he's saying, then you would know what he's talking about when he's talking about Jesse James, because my family also fought for the Confederacy. The reason why they tell you that the Confederacy,
Which Confederacy?
Fighting.
What was the Confederacy?
The reason why they tell you that the Confederate and the Union was fighting was because of slavery is not correct. We was fighting to maintain our land because 7 other nations came over here to help colonize our land. So Jesse James, even though you don't know the story.
Yeah, there's different views on that war, but the bottom line of that war was about slavery. Don't get it twisted.
And what was the Confederacy
Bottom line
called?
was it was slavery.
What was the Confederacy called?
And keep the Union together, and to keep the Union together, because the Union, together or separate, they still were racist Union.
Don't know the history. You're only given the information what was given.
I said, wait. What was the Confederacy called?
It's not racist. That's not
okay,
racist.
So why did you tell the white people they should have gone home?
Yes.
And do you know why they didn't go home?
we can sustain ourselves. We don't need people here.
Do you know they were brought here
us.
forcefully?
He right, Grandma.
Yes, you guys were brought here forcefully.
Okay, so how do you want them to go home?
When they were freed from Abraham Lincoln, they had that opportunity to go back to where they come from.
So
but
they
they
never
chose
get views,
to
right?
stay here.
Hold on, Grandma. Hold on real quick. Hold on, I got it. Where, Chief? That
Go
because
back
you
home-
realize.
go-
So hold
go
on.
back home to wherever
So-
it is those slaves were brought from.
So Chief, hold on for a second.
Hey,
now
wait,
the whole
wait
time.
Wait a minute there. Don't be saying chief, brother. Come on. You know better than that. Have some respect.
Is that not his
Have some
name on
respect.
this? Is that not his name on here?
Just call him Skoden.
Well, it doesn't
Skoden.
matter.
That's his
Okay,
name.
Skoden. Okay. Well, how am I supposed to know that? I'm looking at the name.
Chief
So
is honored. It's an
I see
honored
that.
term.
I got that. So
It's a
why does
term-
he have it as his
it's
name?
a term- It's a term that's supposed to be honored in a way to lead. Okay.
Okay, gotcha. I appreciate that. So the person that's below
sometimes,
me
you know
right
what?
now.
I'm in Canada, and then a lot of these, white people always call us that just to kind of, get under our skin. And then, and it's
So I'm not.
in a sense.
Disrespectful.
I got it. But again,
I respect that. Thank you very
I
much.
want to address. I appreciate that, but I want to get at what he's saying because again, I came up on this panel, and you guys are talking to the doctor, and you said that he was using white supremacy talking points. Now, when I look at that and I hear the person below me saying something such as, "Why didn't you guys go back home?" That's go back to Africa. That can be used as a microaggression towards black people, towards individuals, right? So then okay. So you gave me the energy when I called this gentleman chief, which is in his name, but you're not giving that same. Hold on, you're not giving that same. Hold on, you're not giving that. Hold on. You're not giving that same. Hold on, you're not giving that same energy to him when he made that racist statement to grandma. Now that's a problem. Now, if we want to talk about double standards, let's call it all the way. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I believe that.
All right, then. So address him. Then. Don't address me. Address him.
People are telling us to go back to Siberia. Okay.
But we should not use any things that The,
I agree.
our
What's racist about
oppressors
what I
use
said?
against us
I agree.
to use against ourselves and others, right?
You
We're
right. I
witness of
agree.
that.
I
We're
agree.
wit-
But again, Dale,
way
I
better than
understand
that.
exactly what you're saying.
Black
I
people,
understand
Native
exactly what you're
people, we're
saying.
all in that same. We are in the
I
same thing.
I
We
get
are
what you're saying.
oppressed.
I get
You
what you're
guys know
saying.
that.
I
Yes.
got that. But understand this, okay? When I came up here and you see his name
Oh
just like
yes, I
I
know.
see his
You got
name, right?
it's a defense. It's a
Right?
defense mechanism. You're entitled to
No,
that. I
no, no.
believe that. Yes.
Yeah, I know. But again, you see his name, right? And that is why
I
I
know. I
called
didn't even
him
know.
that.
I didn't even know who was talking. Let's see. Who
Yeah,
is that?
I was talking. That was the guy that was talking was Chief
I
Bazimal.
was talking.
Oh.
You don't see that? You
Okay.
don't see
Where
his
are you
name?
from there? Where are you
Me?
from there, bro?
Me,
Yes.
I am from Moosomin First Nations, Treaty 6 Territory, Saskatchewan, Canada.
I'm just passing by your territory there, brother. I'm in Treaty
Plains
6
Cree.
here. I'm in Saskatchewan, Plains Cree, Nista, yeah.
Yeah.
Iniiwan?
Yeah, Nehewan.
Oh, kuya,
Okay.
sige, gets talking.
Guys, just a little bit.
Oh, upsis pa ba?
So Dale, just now that you know who was talking, and now that you know who I was talking to, with all
Yes.
due respect, sir, can I get an apology? Because I was
Absolutely.
calling his name.
I apologize. I apologize to
Okay.
you on his behalf.
Okay.
We are not those kind of people to be hating on others, especially
Yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't.
our colored
Okay,
brothers.
hold on, Grandma. Hold on, Grandma. I got it. I appreciate that apology because what happened was when I was addressing him, I got a whole speech about a microaggression, right? The first time I came up here, I preached about the microaggression that Doctor had said to you all when he was talking about the totem pole. Did I not?
Yeah, I got just got
Okay,
a
then.
glimpse of that. I got that glimpse of
Okay.
conversation right there, and I
Okay.
do apologize.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So I don't come. I'm not one of those individuals that call myself indigenous. I'm not an FBA. That's not what I do. I don't know if you're familiar with my work, but I'm a fact checker. That's pretty much what I am, and a historian. That's it. And so I came up here because I saw the violation that Doctor had put on you all, and then all of a sudden, Chief Bizamal had made a microaggression towards Grandma and us as African Americans. And so I'm going to stand 10 toes down on that.
I did nothing intentional. I did nothing intentional.
You used a white tee. So, no,
I
listen.
did not,
So
sir, I did not. I'm Mr. Teaching. I did not say that.
let me show you. Let me show you.
Sir, I did not say that in a derogatory sense that I understood what it meant to them. If I did say something that's derogatory to Indians, Native Americans, I don't know what you call yourselves, I will apologize. But I did not say
like,
that intentional.
let me,
and Mr. and Chief said to me, I should have went home the day that Lincoln Emancipate Proclamation. I should got on the boat and went on home. And
Yes,
so
I said.
I don't mind. I don't, and I didn't say anything.
had more freedom. We
Host.
all located,
You were
relocated
not
to
there. You were not
reservations,
present
bro.
when that's what
Host, can I get the
all the tribes and made us go
So
to
can I say something?
reservations.
So indigenous,
You
can I say
had
something?
the opportunity to go back. We didn't
indigenous.
have the opportunity to get the land back or to live on our own land where
Yes,
we originated
exactly.
from. We
Hey,
to a
guys.
reservation,
Hey, guys.
bro.
Can we
Indigenous.
all get
When
along?
Ever
YT
since
America
then.
give us back our money, we will leave.
So
Goodbye.
What
Hold on.
fucking money, dude? The Federal Reserve
Not from you,
is
sir. You ain't got nothing to
51%
give
Native
nobody.
American
Let-
You
owned
have
gold.
nothing to give
Talk one at
nobody,
a
We have
sir.
our markers
Not
and
asking you
symbols
for a
Can
on
we
it.
penny.
talk one at a
And that's
I
time?
not
said
just
YT
that.
America.
The Mormon
okay, so it's important for us to understand two things. Number one, Doctor, this is why I told you it was a microaggression. Again, individuals in the Northwest Territories or in the Northwest part of America that use the totem pole, they use it for religious reverence. That is why I was trying to get you to understand where I was coming from, for you to back down on that statement, because I knew exactly what you meant, but you didn't understand the cultural pieces that they were being offended by. Indigenous, respectfully, when you're talking about individuals needing to go back and you're saying that they're going back to their homeland, again, that homeland was not developed in Africa, right? We have a whole bunch of different groups and tribes. Even though you set someone in Africa doesn't mean that they're back home necessarily, right? And you're talking about a people who had their connection severed by enslavement. So it is not the same. That part is not the same. You have to understand the historical significance by that. And I'm not downing people on a reservation at all.
I feel, Chief, that you cannot fight racist with racist, and you were being very racist, and this is, I heard you. This is why I came up, and I feel like you need to apologize, just like doctors apologize. You can't fight with racist at all, never. So you've been very racist towards me. You've been very racist towards the African American community. There's no way back home where this is all they know when they were free. This is all they know. Go back to where? Where in Africa? They already have people there. Go back where? So after the labor, you want them to go back to where? This is all they know. This is almost like their place now. What culture are they going to practice there? What are they going to do there? So I don't understand you being racist, and you started from the beginning telling them the racist words.
What's going on? I get a minute?
Yep, a minute.
Oh no, I don't have anything to say. I already said what I've said, and I'm not gonna take it back. That's all. I don't care what these guys say. If they want to keep coming up and challenging their roots, then they can. I'm all for it.
No, racism is not allowed on the panel, but I don't know, Scoden, just apologize. They're pretty mad.
I didn't even say anything racist.
Misguided anger, getting angry at somebody in the same boat that you're in. Seeing that the one person that you really need to guide your energy and your efforts towards, you're going towards people that have no existence. And then if you look at, somebody said 800,000 people claiming Native American out of 46 million. That's not even a 0.%. You gotta look at the people, the white Americans who controlling your reservations, controlling your school systems, turning your people into all kind of illicit and illiterate.
White people don't control our reservations. We have our own government. My people have their own government.
Demanding
There's no white
that
people
you
in
hold
council.
and demanding that you do what they say and controlling the system, pushing you from reservation to reservation. And when they want something, they push you again. That's your problem. Deal with the problem from where it's coming from, not from a point of instability.
Do you guys understand the term indigenous, right? That's an indoctrinated term, right? Designed by the United Nations. Hello? Is anybody on a panel here listening?
Yeah.
So I want to touch up on that. See, I'm from Canada. So is Chief there that was talking earlier ago there. It's like we are in a total different situation as in comparison to our native, the true Americans down there, our Native Americans, right? We are in a totally different situation in comparison to them. Like they've been decimated almost to a point of non-existent. Some tribes are non-existent anymore. But when you start understanding these terminologies make what can be legislated or even put forth into Congress or whatever you want to call it, right? And you are put forth in this term where they use terminologies against you to define who you are. Like, for example, once upon a time, my ancestors were Indian. And then all of a sudden we became Aboriginal. Then suddenly we're First Nation. And then suddenly now you're looking at Indigenous. So
the term indigenous is an indoctrinated term from the United Nations. And when Canada was asked, how do you go about proving that you own the land of Canada, they didn't have no proof. So Canada couldn't come up with anything. The only thing that they have is treaties 1 to 11 with First Nations people from west of the Appalachian Mountains. So now, okay, the UN stepped in. UN now is kind of redefining who we are, stating that we are, indigenous now.